Hello there and welcome to Beetroot Tots Craft. Now today we're going to make a collage using a canvas. So one of these that you can buy from places like Smith's and the Works. You can order them online, Hobbycraft, various places have them, and they're usually not too expensive. But if you haven't got that, you can just use a piece of stiff card, maybe a paper plate. So it doesn't have to be one of these, but just it makes a nice picture. Now what we're going to do is going to make a collage on here with some things that we found outside. So I've been having a look outside. Now these are some bits that I had left over from a wreath that I made at Christmas that was just laying in the garden. So I've taken those off. I've got some pine cones, some big ones and some small ones. I've got a couple of stones, smaller stones that might stick on. We've yet to see. As we know, I don't always check these things. I've just got some little seed pod things that I found. Now you can have a little rummage around in your garden, see if you can find some twigs. I've got some moss that came off the roof. So we've got some bits and pieces that I'm going to then put onto my canvas. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is, with my glue, is just give it a good layer of glue sort of all over, because by the time I'm going to cover up most of it and the glue dries fairly clear. So let's just give that a good old glue so that we can stick things on and some around the edges. So with my, I can hold it up with my green bits. I'm going to, hopefully they should stick fairly easily, because these are quite good because they're quite nice and flat. You can probably see, oh, that's probably upside down really, isn't it? You can have a little fiddle around and position them where you think looks pretty. Let's try and get that. So I'm going to actually change my mind, do that the other way around so it's not falling off the side. And then let's find another bit for that corner. Goes quite nicely that way, look. So as you can see, I've mostly done those. Let's have one bit in the middle. Those, but you can use any leaves that you've got in your garden. I don't have a lot of trees or bushes in my garden, so I didn't have lots of greenery, and I haven't been out for a walk because it's been raining. But if you've got any bits and pieces that you find when you go out on a walk, bits of twig, bits of greenery, anything will do and will look good. So I've got just a very thin twig there. Here, I'm going to stick on the edge. Might need just a tiny bit more glue. I'll show you once I've stuck it on. Now it will take a while probably for some of this stuff to stick, because some of it will stick better than others. Some bits won't stick straight away, but that's okay if you leave it flat. The trouble is, when I'm trying to show you, I'm always trying to stand it up too soon. Now I've also got some of these funny little things, a bit like pine cones, but they're not quite, I'm not quite sure what they are or where I've had them from. Something I've gathered from over the years. Now hopefully these pine cones will stick. They will stick eventually. Whether they'll stick straight away is another matter. I'll show you in just a minute when I've stuck a couple on. There we go. Oh yeah, they're not falling off yet. So look, that's looking lovely, isn't it? Ooh, that nearly fell. It started to have a little wobble there. So just a few of these bits and pieces stuck round just to make it look a bit fun. And then if you've got any straw or hay or other bits and pieces, so anything that you find, go on a little nature walk and see. I'm going to have a try and stick a stone on, but go on a lovely nature walk and see what you can find. See if you can find some lovely leaves, some nice twigs, some just all sorts of things you find on the ground, don't you? Sometimes when you go and look in the woods and you find little shells of things, little acorns, you could put shells on. Oh, look, there you go, there's the stones, they've stuck as well. So go on a nature walk, have a little rummage around and see what you can find. There's sort of these sort of bits that come off trees and all sorts, and then you can find either a canvas or a paper plate or something like that, that you can use to then make a lovely nature picture that's really nice and reminds us of springtime and autumn time and all those different times of year. So if you do one at different times of year, you'll find different sort of things, won't you? When things start to grow, sometimes you can find different things. So it's something you can do in spring and something you can do in autumn, because there are times in springtime it's nice when new things are growing, and in autumn when things are starting to go and fade, and then you have the lovely colour leaves then, don't we, in autumn. So it'd be nice to make a springtime one and an autumn one at different types of year. So a nice nature picture canvas. Go on a nice walk and see what you can find and see if you can make it into a lovely picture. Have fun with that. We'll see you soon.